Sometimes the best reset isn't a trip away, it's slowing down right where you are. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Monday morning, the first official day of my week off, and I'm soaking up the last few days of the warm weather before the cozy season begins. After a few really busy months at work, the introvert in me needed this time to slow down, switch off, and do all of the things that fill up my cup. I've planned the most chilled week close to home, and I thought I'd bring you along for it. I started the week slow, no alarms, no rush, just a quiet morning to ease into the day. I made a coffee, opened the windows, and decided to actually get ready for once. Just a simple morning to feel a bit more like myself again. This is my very quick, very basic makeup routine. There's nothing fancy here. In fact, I feel rather vulnerable sharing this part of me because I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing. But I filmed myself doing it anyway. I do want to share one thing though. This lip mask, it's a brand called Laneige. I think I'm saying it right. It's not sponsored. This and their face masks are really good. I decided to wear my favorite linen pants and a striped tee. This one is from H&M. We decided to just go for a walk in the end and grabbed groceries on the way home. Today we went to Mercadona. I really like the variety and also love that there's a good amount of fresh food front and center in their stores. This is sort of a typical grocery shop for the week for us. Given we were on holiday, we got a few things that we normally wouldn't, like pasta and sausage. And the total for this shop came to €60.61. This week, I really wanted to think about some things that I could upgrade or make for our home. I pulled out some really beautiful terracotta linen, and I was thinking about making a really basic slip cover for our headboard in our bedroom. I wanted to see if I had enough fabric and if I liked the color in here. I wanted to make it feel a little bit more cozy and soft. I know that this looks very different in person than it does on video, but let me know what you think in the comments below. I quickly put a salad together for lunch while my husband was making bread. And then I was playing around with some new cushion cover ideas for our couch, but that I will share more of in one of my next videos coming soon. So if you want to see the outcome, then hit subscribe so you don't miss it. Over the past few years been using a budget and updating it once a week for about 15 minutes. It's super quick, and I found it incredibly useful for so many reasons, but the one main reason is having clarity on my money and our money as a couple. I can clearly see our spending habits, what we choose to spend our money on, where we see value, and what we want to save for, what we want to invest, and really just getting a good idea of where all our money goes. If you've ever wanted to start, a simple budget tool is all you need. The template that I'm using here is one that I built about a year ago. I've linked it below if you're interested in checking it out. The budget sheet works out totals for all the categories I've chosen, so it's customizable. And then it also puts in all of our expenses into one of three categories. They could either be necessities, which are basic needs like rent, electricity, and food, and then our looking ahead, which is savings and investing goals. And the third category is things that make life fun. So for us, that's going out for coffees, eating out, buying video games, books, gifts, things like that. I've just found the whole experience of working on keeping track of what's going on in our lives really eye-opening over these last few years, and I can highly recommend it. I have fallen into the trap lately of just always saying that I don't have any time to read, and I realized after 38 years of life that I actually have to put the time aside if I want to do something. So when I was thinking about what I wanted to do this week, reading was high up on the list. I actually really love sitting here. It's got a little view outside to a field behind our apartments, and it's just really peaceful being here. It's the next morning and we decided to go to our favorite coffee shop, Portugal Cafe. This is our little walk along the canal through the town to the more central part. I love the vibe in this little place. It's small but cozy. And I guess most importantly, it has really good coffee. Here I can order a flat white, which is not always on the menu at cafes here in Portugal, or especially where we live. I think my husband and I have some of our best chats when we go out for coffee, so it's something that I really love to do when we get the chance. I always stop at Zara Home if I'm in the vicinity to just see what's in the store. I mean, I can't get enough of this kitchen section, and these gingham tablecloths are absolutely stunning. Today I actually needed to get some new cushion inners and hangers, so I didn't come here just to browse. I had to wait for them to get the inners that I wanted from their storage, so I popped into Zara Clothing as well to have a look at their jackets and coats for autumn and winter. I found something that I will show you a little later, which I hope will work out. On the walk back home, we stopped to sit in the shade near the canal. Before I got all relaxed for the afternoon, I wanted to try on my new jacket. I know that it looks ridiculous with shorts on, but I wanted to see if I liked it after trying it on at the shop. I chose this one specifically because it was more classic and warmer than a regular trench coat, and I needed a kind of in-between jacket. I decided to sit at my computer for a bit to work on my content creation planning. Apart from being back on YouTube, I also started posting short form content, and I'm just trying to post as regularly as I can, but planning out what I want to post, filming, editing, and all those kinds of things takes up a lot of organization. So I'm sitting here kind of trying to maximize my time with all these tasks. After working for a few hours, I hopped straight onto the couch to carry on reading, which was just bliss. Today I decided to get up earlier and take myself to the beach, which is probably one of my favorite things to do when the weather is perfect. And this week off really just allowed me to pick the day, which was even better. And I had a look at the weather earlier on this week, and I chose this morning specifically because it wasn't windy, and honestly it was the best beach trip. I decided to go to Praia de Barra, which is only about 15-minute drive from our apartment.
Years later and I'm still your baby. Hold tight, 'cause I know that we're changing, but I will be forever young in your arms. Tell the story about you and me, of our love. She gon' love you like summer 15. Hold tight, 'cause I know that we're changing, but I will be forever young in your arms. Tell the story about you and me.
It's super peaceful, especially now late in September.
We were always living for the weekend, painting pictures, you and me. Late night drives, music loud, hearts were speaking. Close my eyes.
I felt like I almost had the beach to myself. The sunshine feels gentle and warm, but not super hot.
Forever young in your arms. Tell the story about you and me, of our love. She gon' love you like summer 15. Hold tight, 'cause I know that we're changing.
I brought a new book with me, This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. I have read all of her books up until this point, so I can't wait to get into this one.
Can't see myself without you now, it's overdue. We try to go our separate ways, but I come back, it's true. Maybe we're both missing out on life, playing by the rules. What if I'm changing for the better because of you? Hold tight, 'cause I know that we're changing. Hold tight, 'cause I know that we're changing, but I will be forever young in your arms. Tell the story about you and me, of our love. She gon' love you like summer 15. Hold tight, 'cause I know that we're changing. She wrote you a letter so you wouldn't forget.
sitting here in my own thoughts, relaxing, watching the waves, all the people walking past with their dogs. I even spotted a cat being taken for a walk, which was quite funny. I landed up staying for almost 3 hours and honestly could have stayed even longer.
Vitamins and history books, psychology.
I came home, unpacked, made a salad for lunch, and carried on reading for the rest of the afternoon. Today I'm meeting my friend for breakfast for her birthday, and we decided to go to a little cafe in Aveiro called M Bakery.
If suffering's a way to earn your keep, I better start putting miles on my feet. But I'm so
Which I didn't film much of, but we actually went for another coffee afterwards at Costa Nova Cafe on our walk home. It's another favorite cafe of mine. It really was just a lovely morning with my friend catching up. As I walked home, it started pouring with rain, and I wasn't mad. I love a cozy afternoon indoors, so as soon as I got home, I changed, I lit a candle, jumped on the couch, and pretty much stayed here into the evening, and repeated this again on Sunday when I finished my book. It was a really sweet story, and I can highly recommend Carly Fortune's writing. I'm quite looking forward to reading her next book as well. It's called One Golden Summer. I hope you enjoyed spending this very chilled staycation week with me. I really loved making this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.